The human population on Earth is dangerously increasing every year. If overpopulation continues, its adverse effects like the further extinction of life forms and the rise of pollution will cause more damage in all walks of life. According to the United Nations World Population Prospect of 2019, China and India are the top two most populated countries in the world respectively. It also reported that India is set to overtake China in 2027. With that said, we will take a closer look at India's case of overpopulation in this video. But due to the pervasive effects of India's overpopulation case, we will narrow down the discussion as to how India's excessively growing population affected its freshwater animal life through severe water pollution from rising levels of fecal coliform and agricultural runoff.
Similar to other countries, the increase in India's population is accompanied by the rise of urbanization and industrialization. The growth of the urban area and the industrial sector caused a major dent on the quality of the rivers in India through the release of harmful domestic and industrial effluents. Furthermore, the adverse effects of these have been intensified by the lack of flow and channels for the rivers. Plenty of rivers have transformed into sewers and disposals. Due to all of these, life forms in the river have significantly declined, as shown by the disappearance of numerous species of fish. Because of the general lack of sanitary facilities, a significant percentage of the Indian population does not comply with hygienic practices of defecating in designated washrooms, as there are few of these. As a result, these people end up dumping their waste in open water resources. A study assessing the Ganga River in 2014 showed that as much as 30 cities and numerous smaller communities lie close to the banks of the river Ganga, if not on the bank itself. And with the lack of proper sewage treatment facilities in India, more than 1 billion liters of sewage waste is directly transported into the river, along with animal and human remains. Because of drastic amounts of the aforementioned sources of coliform, recent river samples of the Ganga portrayed fecal coliform levels 10,000 times higher than what's considered the safe bathing standard. While these levels are considered to be a health hazard to the nearby communities, mass amounts of fecal matter in the water is also detrimental to the local river population. These ecosystems are now considered dead due to the stagnant water flow and the fecal matter draining the oxygen levels of the water, effectively wiping out the population and preventing any sort of resettlement unless actions are undertaken.
In order to address the ecological issues caused by urbanization and agricultural development in India, which are in turn partially caused by overpopulation, we propose three different solutions, each of which attacks the issue at a different level.
The first measure would be to stem the issue of overpopulation itself. In the past, the Indian government has forwarded policies to help mitigate an unsustainable population growth. However, misinformation coupled with strong cultural values in India prevented much effectiveness from these policies. Proper education involving sexual health, family planning, and financial literacy, on the other hand, has proven to be an effective counter to overpopulation in and beyond India. India has held a number of decades-long restoration initiatives for their largest rivers. Despite this, progress has been minimal in actually improving water quality in the rivers.
In order to remediate this, the Indian government can consider decentralizing current and future programs to allow for more grassroots empowerment and participation.
An example of an organization focusing on this is the Consortium for Decentralized Wastewater Treatment System Dissemination Society, or CDD. Finally, in response to agricultural as well as religious factors, another solution to be posited is the revitalization of the Indian vulture population along rivers. As scavenger organisms, they play a vital role in maintaining the ecosystem by clearing out the corpses of dead organisms that could otherwise contaminate bodies of water. In India, vultures typically prey on farm cattle. However, Indian farmers have been using drugs on their livestock, drugs such as diclofenac, which happens to be lethal to vultures. Investing in the development and widespread use of a drug that is cost-efficient yet non-lethal to vultures can help reinvigorate the avian population and offer a natural and self-sustaining solution to the issue of decaying corpses in the rivers. Whatever actions India decides to take, they must be preventative and inherently sustainable rather than simply remedial. Rivers, as mighty and divine as they may appear, can only take so much before cracking under the weight of an overpopulated world.